Back in surplus.
Question number 12, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Associate Minister of Education. What recent announcements has the government made regarding improving school IT networks?
Mr Speaker,
Honourable
last week I announced that an additional 80 schools have been invited to upgrade their IT networks through the School Network Upgrade Project. This means that under a national-led government, over 1,400 schools are now involved with the SNUP program. That translates to over 60% of all eligible state and state-integrated schools in New Zealand. Our government is focused on providing the best ICT infrastructure and modern learning environments to enable better learning resources and more opportunities for young New Zealanders.
Supplementary question.
Tim Macindoe.
What other recent announcements has the government made regarding digital literacy and 21st century learning environments?
Mr
Speaker,
Nikki Kaye. Recently I announced that the government will be setting up a 21st century learning reference group. This will help us provide greater learning opportunities. Alongside this, we have committed to producing a digital education strategy. Recently we released the results of the School ICT Infrastructure Survey. This is the first school ICT infrastructure survey to be conducted since 2002. This has given us a better understanding of schools that are embracing digital learning and those schools that need greater support. In addition, I am working with the Ministry of Education to ensure even more schools can upgrade their IT networks more quickly. By doing this, younger New Zealanders will have a brighter and more connected future.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister. Why was a contract for the Network for Learning, an ICT project announced in last year's budget, not awarded by the end of last year as expected? And what delay will this mean for the Network for Learning's target to be progressively available to Kura in schools from the middle of this year?
Honourable Nikki Kaye.
Mr Speaker, the Network for Learning company was formed in July 2012. They are currently working on their business plan and offerings. There was not a date given at that time in terms of when they would sign the contract in terms of the preferred supplier. I'm currently doing some due diligence on that, and I've announced publicly that within the next 6 weeks there will be further announcements on that issue.
That concludes questions for oral answer. The House returns to the Land Transport Management Amendment Bill. And before the lunch break, Andrew Little was speaking, and if he so desires, has 1 minute and 15 seconds. Dr. Cam Calder.
It was a long and winding road of a discourse from the previous Speaker, Andrew Little, regaling us with stories of State Highway 3 in Taranaki, an area commonly known as Paradise, for those of us born there who may have discovered the joys and charms of the area and choose to live there now. This government is committed to constant improvement of our arteries of commerce, our roads and highways, and the extensive work on State Highway 3 just north of New Plymouth, the Bell Block bypass, is testament to that. The Mount Messenger Road, which used to strike fear into my aged grandmother when she remembered incidents later on in life of travelling over it when she was a young girl, is now being tamed, curved and smoothed into a docility despite the treacherous